real soft.
Last time I seen this, someone lost an eye. That wasn't his.
Andre, my dog.
Fuck DJ Cooper. What's up?
Make this easy. You know what I mean?
Make it easy.
Who was on that radio? Make this really easy for yourself.
It's completely irrelevant.
Ding, 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 ding. Wrong answer.
That's the final answer?
Explain, like, listen, I'm not owed any explanations. I have a question, though. Why do you even need to know?
I need to know if people know you're missing.
People know I'm missing. There's your answer.
And just while we're here, because I think
I got on the radio while I was being chased and called out. I'm being chased and shot at Red Garage, Black Stratum. People know I'm missing. There's
Who's
your
Triple
answer.
A?
You said what?
Who's Triple A?
Triple A?
Yeah, on your phone. In your phone. Who's Triple A?
You sure it's not?
Andre, let me put it this way to you, right? Let me make things really simple. You can give us answers, or you don't give us answers, and we have to go out of our way to get somebody else that might give us answers. So in that way, just causing more headaches for other people. How about you make their lives easier? Don't make us kidnap them, and you give us the answers.
You ask me questions. I'll tell you whether I'm going to answer or not. I know I'm not in a spot to negotiate.
so. Who's on the radio?
Like I said, I've given you the answer that you want from that. The assets know that I am missing. I'm on the radio with other assets.
Yeah, which ones?
Why does that matter?
How about this? How about I name them and you just nod your head so you don't actually speak?
Forehead, I gave you good information earlier today.
You did.
To give you a heads up. You're
You
now
did.
spitting in my face.
No, I'm not springing your
Saying
face.
that I set you up. And now you're telling me that I need to give you the others that I was with earlier.
Andre.
I'm sat here thinking, so I walked into Babylon with a wire on for your case. I've now given you information about the assets, believing you to be working with the cops. And I can't say anything that I've gotten out of it other than just being called a fucking retard.
Whoa.
Which I am.
Who called you that? I didn't.
Me.
Oh, I haven't used that word yet. I was getting there.
Yeah.
You should be using it. I'm fucking stupid.
Yeah, okay. It's good to know I can use it.
Yeah, fuck yeah, you can. I'll be using that shit. I'm not a pussy.
Andre.
Point being. I've told you. I called out on the radio. I'm getting chased and shot at Red Garage. The assets know that I am missing. There is your answer. If a asset right now knows that I'm missing, the assets know I'm missing. It doesn't matter what specific one. I am telling you that as a matter of fact. I've given you more than enough, Forehead. I've given you way more than enough.
Let me clarify something.
So much. I've given you shit that I never needed to give you.
Let me clarify something because you seem a little bit confused. You can ask Miguel or Aziz here. Conversations we've had is that I'm going to feel bad for Andre. I do not want to do what I'm doing to the rest of them to Andre. He's the only one we're going to spare. Is that or is that not a conversation we had, Miguel?
Well, today he told me that he was also going to give you a heads up, which I thought was interesting.
So, I even told Miguel that when we make our move, I would give you a heads up to stay out of the way. Right? Because you're not wrong. We do have a history. And we did do all that stuff together. And you did put your neck on the line for us. So I wasn't going to do you like, we're doing you right now. But then I find out that you called up this fucking guy in prison. You told him that you told us about this, the heads up. And you told them that it's a test. I understand you're saying you never said the test spot. No, wait. I understand you're saying you never mentioned the test spot, right? You never mentioned the Brian Knight part. But it just seems so stupid that you'd even called them up and tell them about it in the first place. Like, why even do that in the first place? It just seems stupid, Andre.
Sorry, why would I tell them?
Why would you tell them that you told me?
Huh. Why would I tell them that you told me? Well, straightforwardly, the answer is this. I felt bad for the fact that I got them killed by telling you, which is what I did. That's one. So I wanted to let them know that it was me that fucked them. Because that's the kind of man I am. Listen, I make a mistake.
But let me ask you a question.
And I stand on business.
Let me ask you a question. You don't feel bad when you guys go around and you blow up the fucking water station? Oh, God knows what else you guys are blowing up, the people you clear the way of that, and you're gonna deprive this whole city of water, food, power. Well, you don't feel bad for that, or you feel bad because you got that one person killed. That's what you feel bad for. But not all of the people that you affected in the city with the shit that you do for the faceless. Why are you lying, Andre? You don't feel bad for shit. Why are we lying? You do not feel bad because if you truly felt bad, you would not do half of the shit that you do for the faceless.
Very interesting. It's a very interesting sentiment. Why don't I feel bad for depriving the city of water, food, gas, the rest? I actually, before I get into it, I want to pick your brains because it interests me as to how the streets actually understand and feel about what's happening right now. Why do you think that we're doing what we're doing? What do you think our goal is?
First of all, you don't say us or our. There is no you in it. You're a puppet. You're a pawn. You do what they tell you to do. There is no us. If the faces will throw you as far as they can as soon as they want to get rid of you. You understand? But go ahead.
Go on.
Ask your question.
No, go on. My question is, what do you think is happening, is being done, and why do you think it's being done? I genuinely want to know.
Well, I've been told the reason by Charlie himself. And I still don't really agree with it. To be honest with you, Andre, the reasoning and the idea behind what you guys are doing to put the city in a state where it needs aid, one of the businesses or the faces can reach out and aid the city by basically going after the people of the city. That's how you guys are achieving it. You're going after the people. You're hurting the people. You're not going after the high up government. You're going after the people. That's where it affects the most. There's 6 weeks of water left. You know that, right? How are people going to run their farms? How are people going to run their businesses? Everything's going to get shut down. Gas stations blown up. What's next? Radio towers blown up? What's next, Andre?
See, you sound a lot like
Brian Knight.
Quite a few different people I've talked to. People that genuinely, though, I am impressed. You do understand parts of the picture. You do. People look at what's happening right now and they call it chaos. bombs, raids, martial law, bounties, marshals, becoming dictators and chasing people across the city. You know, people think that the faceless are trying to destroy Los Santos, destroy their lives, kill people. Like you just said. You still have water. You can go and get gas. We didn't even blow up your gas station. As a matter of fact, I put it out there very quickly that, in fact, while we were blowing up the gas stations, I believe I talked to one of your people and said it would be a real shame if people started taxing their gas stations whilst the other ones were blowing up. Well, you see,
Okay,
thinking that
Andre.
we're there to kill everybody, you know, that's not what this is.
Andre,
you see.
let me propose this to you, right? You say you left pieces behind. You left the gas stations, you left this, you left that, right? Well, what happens when what you guys do is not enough to achieve the goal of being able to aid the city, right? Let's say you don't achieve your goal. What happens then? You have to push it further and further. At what point does it end, right? At what point does the faces say, look, we've blown this up, but it still won't give in. You have to blow up more, right? There's no limit to it. You understand? There's no. Until they achieve what they want to achieve, there's no stopping. It doesn't matter what they have to do. Yeah, maybe you didn't blow up now. But if they don't get what they want, they're going to blow it up eventually. There is no stopping it.
Special delivery, huh?
What?
Yep.
Okay.
For we got a slight issue. Can I talk to you for a sec? Just a real quick.
Bro.
Yeah, real quick.
Like I'm trying to monologue here as he's like I'm trying to monologue
Yeah,
here as he's,
yeah.
and then this fuckhead comes in here. He's like, oh,
Okay,
special
so
delivery,
on the
like,
way
fuck off.
here, I ran over a cop on the side of the road.
Holy fuck, bro. This guy's just fucking useless.
He I don't know if he was on duty or not. He was like, yo, just call the police for me, man. So I started freaking out and I dumped him in the ocean. So
What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
I committed a felony hit and run on a police officer, man.
But
and,
why?
You know what I'm saying? I was a little- look, bro. He was in the middle of the road. He was in the middle of the road.
You cannot be
Bro.
like. Tell me you're lying. Please tell me you're lying.
No.
Plot
I
him
want
out,
you to go in this. I want you to go in the middle of the room and say it out loud. Go ahead. Say it out loud what you did. Because you can hear at this point. It
Bro.
doesn't matter. No.
Bro,
You
bro,
go in the
look,
middle of that
look,
room
I
and you
hel-
tell
I-
me
I
what. No,
han-
come
I
over here.
handled the problem.
No. You go in the middle of that room and you announce to everyone how much of a fucking moron you are. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Bro,
Go
like,
ahead.
this is what I'm saying. Like, I had to take care of the issue.
Shut up.
and
Sit
I
right there.
solved
Sit
it,
right there.
man,
Shut
you
up.
know
Sit
what I
right
mean?
there.
Mickey
right there.
Mouse, shut the fuck up.
OP.
Hey,
OP has
hey.
an announcement to make. Go ahead, OP.
Okay.
So, on the way here, I felony hit and run a police officer. And I don't think he was on duty. And he was asking a lot of questions, man. And I took him to the lake and I ocean dumped him.
OP, do me a favor, bro.
Look, I mean,
Get the
bro
fuck
was a
out the
wit,
house.
bro.
Get the fuck out the house.
Bro.
Go
Listen,
change
he was
clothes.
asking
Go and
mad
change clothes.
questions.
And then come back.
Yeah, I can't, bro. I hid the car. I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not going
run
anywhere,
there.
bro. Run there,
Get the fuck up out of here.
You're an idiot.
man. Bro.
Go get changed and
Bro.
come back.
Please tell me it's in viewing distance from the house as to where you ocean dumped him. Can I see it? Can I see this part in the water out the window right now?
I took him a ways out.
Are you sure?
Yep.
What's a ways
certain.
out for you? Is it like as far as you could throw a rock or like?
This is as far as I could throw him. Listen,
Oh,
bro. I can't
that's
go.
so much
I
worse.
can't go back out there for it. I can't go back out there. They might be looking for me and shit. You know what I mean? I mean, there was no
Really?
witnesses.
Why would
There was no. There was
because of the cop that you. Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense.
be no
You
witnesses.
sure you don't want to join the ballers? You fit right in.
Nah, I don't want to be in the fucking ballers, man.
He has no
Are you
choice after
sure?
this, hopefully.
Yeah.
So when you gonna take him, Andre?
I got him right now. He's he's mine. You're mine,
Andre,
Opie. I got you.
that island.
Let's circle back because we didn't finish that conversation before dumb fuck came in.
Hmm.
So you asked when it stopped. You asked, what if the plan doesn't work? What if this? What if that? It's a lot of what if. You're not wrong to think that. I understand. It seems to just be more and more. But you gotta understand this. It's the city. I think we all agree. I think everybody is on the same page of this. The city was already broken. The government already fucked. Police already fucked. People stopped trusting the justice system. Stop trusting law. Stopped agreeing with it. Stop believing that the people in charge could even change anything meaningfully. We are putting pressure on the cracks in the foundations. Because a system built on broken foundations can only do so much. You can only build so high on crippled foundations before it all crumbles down. Sometimes you've got to force the cracks to show to make progress. Sometimes you've got to destroy to build. You understand? Every move that we make is showing the city what its institutions really are, who really is in charge of them. Look at what it's done so far. The Chief Justice showed their true colors, put us into martial law, told the citizens across the city their rights don't matter. Their day-to-day will now be monitored in a police state, and put in charge Brian Knight as the director of the marshals, who is now openly calling himself the dictator. The state is responding with more force, more fear, and more control. And every time they overreact, they prove our point. They call it protection. But the people across the city, they don't feel protected. They don't feel like they're getting justice. They're seeing desperation. The harder they try to prove that they're in control, the clearer it becomes that they're not. Look at what the newspaper are putting out there. These videos, this other shit. There's now the echo whisperers saying that until very recently, the cops have only fucking proven our point repeatedly. That is the real point of our work. If we wanted everybody to die, if we wanted you to have no water, no gas, nothing left, I'm not going to ask you a rhetorical question. I'm going to tell you a fact. Because you already know. You saw what the organization is capable of. Everybody would have no water, would have no gas, would be dead within weeks. Not months, weeks. On Friday, we put in work and had the opportunity to target the last water supplies for the next 6 weeks. And yet, interestingly, that wasn't the target. So, you could say we're taking away the water, but interestingly, The reason you have water for the next 6 weeks, the reason that everybody has water for the next 6 weeks, including myself, is because of our decisions and our actions.
Andre.
That was the most
You are bragging about.
retarded shit I've ever heard.
Don't say that.
He
No,
said
no,
I
no.
can say
Wait.
it.
You right now
You
are
can say it.
bragging about. We took from the people, but we didn't take everything from the people. And you're making it sound like you did a good deed. Like somehow, the way you phrase what you said, I don't know if you truly believe it. I don't know if you're brainwashed, but you made it sound like you did a good deed, by the way. That's how I perceived what you said. Here's what I did, and it's a good deed.
You're like begging yourself up for limiting us to 6 weeks of water.
And Andre,
Okay, I guess it's going over your head.
No.
And that's okay.
Let me explain this to you too, right? Sure. I mean, we just had the same conversation. I'm gonna bring it one more time. Sure, you guys left little bits here and there. Left the gas station. You left a bit of water for 6 weeks. But let me give you this.
Make it a 1.
But let me give you this hypothetical question, right? If the plan and the goal of the faces didn't work, would they blow up the rest? Now be honest. Now be honest. No. The answer is no. If what they want to achieve was not achieved by the amount of stuff they have taken, you're telling me they would not take more until the goal is fully achieved. That's what you're saying. You're telling me they spent millions, mostly hundreds of millions of dollars on equipment, helicopters, bombs to blow up all this stuff, but they will not go the extra mile and blow up everything else. That is a lie. If you don't, and if you believe that, Andre, you're lying to yourself.
I have a question, Andre.
Sure.
So do you believe like they wouldn't have any ulterior motive or betray you at all? Are you so brainwashed you're just following along?
It's a good question. It's a good question. It's one that not many people are actually interested in the answer of. I'll give you the answer. I am well aware that at some point, whether it's down the line, whether it's next week, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's today, I'm well aware that I could be asked to do something at any moment in time that will very clearly and obviously lead to me giving up everything for this cause. I'm aware that there could come a day where we're asked to walk into the fire, knowing we will die, and yet still, I walk.
Now, what if it comes to loved ones? Friends?
Well, let me tell you something, Aziz, about the Faceless. It's a place for people who have no loved ones, who have no friends. They're worthless and powerless. The Faceless provides someone like Angie right here a place to feel valued and have some type of power. And as soon as they get that taste, it's blind loyalty, ain't it, Andre? That's what it is. Look around yourself when you're there. Look around yourself when you're there and look at who you're surrounded by. Really open your eyes.
It's very, very impressive, Forehead, how everything that you just said was wrong. Very impressive. Because one, another good question, Aziz, I do have loved ones. I do have friends, people that are close to me. As a matter of fact, I fucked up once, big time. got caught with books that went to the cops that should never have been to the cops. And so, I was taken into a room I did not expect to leave. And instead, I did leave with something much worse than I thought was possible. I thought I'd leave with a bullet in the head, but no. I was left with a decision made for me, something I had to do, a decision to make. And so, I sought out my brother Odog. I asked him where he would like to die and stabbed him for my mistake. Put him in the ICU for months. He only just survived. As for somewhere I feel valued and with power, you were in the rooms with me multiple times. Would you say that I should feel valued when all I get in there is Andre, you dumb fuck bitch, jet ski idiot, punk ass, hoe ass motherfucker? You suck at everything you do. You dumb bitch loser. Do you think I feel valued in that room?
Two things, Andre.
That's my life every day.
First of
That's my
all,
life every.
I don't think I was wrong about having no friends or loved ones. Because if you truly had loved ones, you would not be putting them in the ICU for Charlie.
Mm.
And second of all, you might not feel valued in that room, but once you leave that room, you do feel valued because you have something people want, right? And that's what you seek. That's what a lot of people in that room seek. The power outside on the streets.
Mm.
And that's how it is. Now, I'll be honest with you, Andre, that's why I was there in the first place. I wasn't there just to be there. I was there because I got something out of it. But at least I'm willing to admit that.
I'm willing to admit that I'm there to get something out of it. Of course I am. Everybody should be. But I'm not looking for something material. Call me brainwashed, call me stupid, call me whatever the fuck you want me to be called. I'll tell you the truth. I genuinely believe that this organization is one of the only organizations I have ever heard of, seen, whatever, that is genuinely capable of making changes that need to be made in this city. Everybody understands that change has to come one way or another. Everybody. I've talked to Brian. Brian himself says the city is completely fucked. He just disagrees with our methods. And yet, that comes from Brian, the director of the marshals, the person at the top of the police department that is capable of meeting with the Chief Justice Angel and above. And he sat there saying, I disagree with your methods, but the city is fucked and does need change. Do you see him changing it? Do you see him doing anything to change it? Or do you see him tightening his grip as a self-proclaimed dictator? Not trying to change it, knowing it's fucked, and yet doing everything in his power to keep everything the same. Now, when it comes back to circling back to loved ones and friends and, truly valuing them. I've got a question for you as a leader, Forehead. Have you ever punished a member?
It's happened.
Did you fuck with that member? Think about the worst thing that you've done to somebody at your time as a leader.
Right. What about it?
That person's still with you now.
They are.
You fuck with them.
I do.
You fuck with them when you had to punish them.
I did.
Interesting. Something to think about, I guess.
What is your point?
Well, your point was that I would never hurt anybody that I fuck with and that I genuinely care for.
Okay, let's not sit here and pretend like we're comparing apples to apples here, right? You know how gangs work. When I punish
I stabbed
someone,
my brother.
no,
you
no, no,
probably
no, no, no,
stabbed
no,
a
no, no,
member.
no, 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 no. Again, we're not comparing apples to apples here, Andre.
Okay,
You
what are we comparing
yourself
apples
know
to?
how gangs work. You yourself know
I
that
do.
if somebody gets punished, it's because of their own mistake.
Correct.
And I'm not stabbing,
absolutely.
and I'm not stabbing one of my members because I fucked up, and Charlie told me to go stab a motherfucker.
So, okay, let's compare apples to apples then. So, as a leader, you hear that one of your members are fucked up. Have you ever asked a member, for example, let's say Aziz here, Aziz has got a girl. He's real happy with this girl. He's real happy with the relationship, right? But unfortunately, Aziz goes, a little bit of pillow talk. He says a little bit too much to this chick, that he really shouldn't have told her. See, me as a leader, I'm telling him to go and kill his girl or let her face the punishment because then that punishes him. That's something that's done across the city in gangs. You're right. I do know how gangs work, and that is quite often the punishment. Now, is it her fault that he told her? No, it's not. But how is that different? Something to think about.
Sure. You know what, Andre? Whatever
Now-
you tell yourself at night so you can sleep.
I'm telling you what I tell
I'm sure
myself.
this eats you up. I'm sure you stabbing your brother eats you up. I know it does.
That does. I'm not happy with that. I didn't mean to tap that. Let me turn my radio off. Point being, circling back, where do I think it ends? I think regardless of who or what comes out on top, it ends with change. And that is what is necessary. Because things cannot stay like this, like it has been. When people finally accept change, well,
Let me ask you an honest question, Andre.
it's good to know that the foundations for what comes next are already there, Forehead.
Mm-hmm.
They're just showing now.
Let me ask you an honest question, right? So you can say the city's in a bad place. You say everything's fucked. But look at the people that are making a change. Look at the people you're putting in power. What makes you think anything's gonna be any better? You truly believe a city run by the faces is going to be better than what we have right now? Them
Yes.
being in power, them calling the shots, them making the moves. You believe that?
Yes, I do. Everything that I've seen from the Faceless has made something very clear. They favor the criminal element, of which we're all a part. So do I think that the people that favor criminals are going to make a better world for me and you? Yes, the answer is yes. Do I think it's going to make a better world for Junior Senior, the mechanic that works at Senior Buns? No. Do I give a fuck about him? No.
So why don't you go after the government directly?
See, anybody can, plant bombs, shoot people. Anybody can do that. That's very easy to do.
I agree,
But make
but this,
actual meaningful change and build things, that takes an architect.
Is it really an architect if you're just hurting the
Or-
general public?
Or Charlie realized the tools at his disposal and was like, I gotta send Brandon, Valentino, and Andre to go shoot up a fucking government building. He probably realizes it's probably better to be smart rather than send YouTube bombs out.
It would have been nicer if you guys were still involved, no doubt about it.
Sorry, that was kind of rude.
Nah, yeah, fuck that. No, fuck that guy. Fuck Brandon. It's always fuck Brandon. He is useless. You don't be having to communicate with him so fucking often, brother. I'm that's an endurance test. He's our OP.
Andre. You must be looking at 30 years in prison, my dog.
Well, I'm looking at death.
And at the death penalty, even, yeah. How you feel about that? You might never see the light of day again. You know, all it takes for me is to make one phone call here and you'll be picked up, put in prison the rest of your fucking life.
Yep. That's absolutely correct. And if you genuinely think that I'm trying to fuck y'all over, that I'm trying to kill y'all with what I'm doing, if that's what you understand and that's what you believe, then I suggest you pick up that phone and put me behind bars and see what it does. You and I both know that me being in prison changes nothing. But I'll concede, if that's something you want to do, just to say that you did something, I suggest you go ahead and do it, and I'll stand here, sit here, and understand. Matter of fact, I won't even tell nobody that it was you that put me there. Because, straightforwardly,
I'm
not
sure
for
you won't.
Not,
You know what, Andre?
Not for you.
You're not the type to tell people things, are you? I'm sure you won't tell nobody nothing. 100%.
See, this is the point that I'm getting to. I won't not tell people for you. Matter of fact, I'll make sure to keep this to myself for me, because I'm sat here looking around at all of y'all right now and thinking, God damn, I really might be the dumbest motherfucker to be a dumb motherfucker. Because the same people that I've helped multiple times, the same people that, by the way, I gave a heads up the day before Little Soul happened for you to back down. By the way, I gave a heads up. The people are now suspecting that you're working with cops. By the way, that I walked into Babylon with a wire on my ass saying people's full names while I'm buying guns, because that shit, objectively, that shit was fucking hilarious. Let's not beat around the bush. The point I'm making is if y'all decide that you do want to fuck me over completely, send me to prison, I don't think I do want to tell anybody, because that might just be the line that I crossed into being the dumbest motherfucker alive. You, the people that, the people around me know I got a soft spot for you. And what, they're going to find out that you're the guys that put me behind bars, and then I'm literally just an idiot. It's completely and utterly irredeemable fucking dumb fuck. No, I feel like I'm going to keep that to myself.